Killing Floor 3. You know, guys, I saw the initial trailer for Killing Floor 3, and I was actually, to me, I'm like, this might be something really cool, because I never played the first 2 games. Went back and played the first 2, and look, I love Killing Floor for what it is, and I'm excited to see Killing Floor 3. It's actually coming out right around the corner, and so it's developed by Tripwire Interactive, and then it's going to come to PC as well as your consoles. Excited about that. This is the game that I'm very excited about, guys. Comes out August 22nd, Dying Light, the Beast from Techland. We've talked about Dying Light, the Beast. We're starting to talk more and more about it and ramp that stuff up, and a lot of you are really enjoying that content. We are planning on certainly streaming Dying Light, the Beast for all of you here on Horror Theory. Looking very much so forward to this. They're talking it's over 20 hours. Here it says 18 plus hour story, but Techland has said it is like a 20-hour plus story. So that's going to be awesome. Playing it with your friends, going through this world. Looks like you can really traverse it. Some quality of life improvements. Definitely some, some changes that we see within just the gameplay. And I think a lot of those things will even get more fine-tuned as we get to August 22nd. It's going to be interesting that this game running on Xbox One and PS4, that's going to be really interesting to see if it's going to be able to function properly. Who knows? Silent Hill F. I am absolutely looking forward to Silent Hill F. At first I wasn't fully sold on it, but then when they showed us the newest trailer, and they showed us a little bit of some gameplay as well from the studio, Silent Hill F looks great. From what we saw at Summer Game Fest, I think it looks incredible. Like, just from a graphic fidelity perspective, the different types of enemies that you're going up against in this are so unique, so different. It looks creepy. It looks like a lot of psychological terror involved in it. I think this could be one to definitely keep your eyes on. That's September 25th of this year. Directive 8020. I've talked about this on Horror Theory as well. Directive 8020 is a interesting title because this is coming to us from the folks over at Supermassive Games. They're the ones who have done like the Dark Pictures anthology games like Until Dawn. And this is their next game within the Dark Pictures anthology. From the looks of it, it looks very much so like the Callisto Protocol, kind of like Dead Space. But it looks like they're going to have their own twist on it, certainly. And obviously, it's a choice-based narrative. They're saying adventure horror game. So I don't know. It's interesting. Supermassive is kind of making it sound like this game is, yeah, it's a horror game, but it's kind of an action-adventure game as well. So that'll be really interesting to see what that looks like. If it's going to be more horror or more action, kind of just more of a combination of both. Because from the trailers we've seen so far, this looks like a horror title through and through. But nonetheless, we'll have to wait and see. That comes out October 2nd of this year. Little Nightmares 3. I'm excited about this one, guys. Little Nightmares, I just started really getting into this franchise. And once again, by Supermassive Games, we get Little Nightmares 3. Now, Little Nightmares 1 and 2, I believe, were created by THQ Nordic. Supermassive is now creating Little Nightmares 3. And I'm excited about this because, number one, it's co-op. So you'll be able to do this with a friend or some random person out there that you want to play with. This game looks great. It looks unnerving. Now, is it going to be as scary as the first two when you're playing with somebody? A lot of times these games aren't as scary when you're playing with people as they are if you're playing by yourself. We'll have to wait and see on that. October 10th of 2025. Also, Little Nightmares is getting an enhanced edition, which is going to be coming to the Switch 2, as well as the Xbox Series X and PS5. That is coming out on the exact same day, October 10th, 2025. Chronos: The New Dawn. I'm definitely keeping my eyes peeled on this one, guys. Bloober Team absolutely have been knocking games out of the park, been crushing it. They made Silent Hill 2's remake, which was great. Chronos now is kind of their own like real survival horror title, because they've done Layers of Fear. They did The Medium. They're going to start working on the Silent Hill 1 remake as well. Bloober Team is starting to work on some really cool stuff. I think Bloober Team also did Blair Witch. You guys can fact check me on that if I'm wrong, but Blair Witch was awesome. I loved Blair Witch. And Bloober Team doing Chronos: The New Dawn. You know, Jeff and I, we talked about how we didn't, the only thing I don't like about it is the character's helmet, the main character, the Traveler. I don't really love his helmet, but maybe it's customizable and you can, you know, really kind of get a bunch of new armor as you go throughout the journey, kind of like Dead Space, kind of like the Callisto Protocol. But this has Dead Space written all over it. It's got some thought, a little bit of some Resident Evil, a little bit of some Silent Hill. They took inspiration, they said, from John Carpenter's The Thing, which what I love about this title, guys, is there's a merge mechanism where when you kill an enemy, that doesn't mean that they're necessarily dead. It just means that now they might merge into a bigger enemy. And so the amount of enemies you're going to be going up against, you're going to have to be careful with, you know, ammo's going to be scarce. So this is going to be, like I said, I think this is going to be something really special. This is going to be coming out later in 2025. They say fall of 2025. I'm hoping that they can stick to a 2025 release, because we don't have tons of games that are coming out, you know, in October. I mean, yeah, we have like Little Nightmares. I'm sure there's going to be more stuff that gets added here, but Halloween releases, Chronos: The New Dawn fits that bill perfectly. I would love to see them launch around the Halloween season. Dark Fracture. I don't know much about Dark Fracture, guys. I'm going to have to do more research on this one, but it's touted as a psychological horror experience. Twisted 2 Studio, I'm not sure exactly what else Twisted 2 Studio has done, but nonetheless, this is one certainly to, you know, maybe just kind of keep in the back of your mind. I mean, because it has not been announced in terms of when it's coming out this year, but apparently it's coming out in 2025. Ritual Tides. This is coming out from Vert Paint Studios, and we have only seen a teaser trailer for this so far. And once again, it seems interesting. You know, very, as they say in the article here, that it's an intriguing upcoming horror game. I'm very intrigued by it. It seems like you're going to be like on a strange island. You have a bunch of different maybe puzzles, secrets that you're going to have to learn, or you're going to have to find out about. It sounds like Ritual Tides has got a lot of lore built into it, so that'll be interesting. That's another 2025. A lot of these you got to take with a pinch of salt, because they may very well move into 2026. The Occultist. This game, guys, I am excited about. This seems absolutely unnerving in a number of ways. This is coming to from a developer, Daloir. I'm not sure how you say their name. I've never seen anything from these guys before. I'm going to do more research on it. This game's coming out in 2026 on PC, Xbox Series X, and PS5. But this is a paranormal thriller, they're calling it. But it's a horror game, guys. You're going to have creepy seances, goals galore, and what looks to be a haunted carnival ground. Really, really fascinated by The Occultist. We're going to be talking more about this in the show. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It is apparently going to be coming out, though, in 2026. And here we go, guys. Probably one of my most anticipated horror games of the future is none other than Resident Evil Requiem. This, of course, guys, is coming to us from Capcom, the folks that have created some absolutely massive, beloved titles. And Resident Evil is, you know, certainly going to be one of, if not their biggest IP that they currently possess. Resident Evil Requiem is going to be following Grace Ashcroft, who's an FBI agent. She's the daughter of Alyssa Ashcroft, who was in Resident Evil Outbreak. I never played Outbreak, but I gotta tell you, I started playing Resident Evil with Resident Evil 5, and ever since then I've been really hooked on this franchise. I didn't like Resident Evil 6, but outside of that, I've loved these games. This game comes out February 26th of next year, so it's gonna kick off 2026 with a bang, and I think many of us are very excited about this one. Going back to Raccoon City after the nuke, gonna be something really good. And Alien Isolation 2, guys, from Creative Assembly, got announced 10 years after Alien Isolation. One of the scariest games that's ever been created. I believe definitely top 5. I would even argue potentially top 3 scariest games ever made. This game came out back in 2014, and we are finally going to be getting a sequel to it. We do not know when it's going to be coming out from Creative Assembly, but they have announced that Alien Isolation 2 is in development, and it'll be very interesting to see where they take Amanda Ripley's story here following the events of the first game. Then we get to Dark Web Streamer. Once again, guys, this is a title I did not know much about. This is from a developer called We Have Always Lived in the Forest. Great name. Love it. It's only coming to PC, but this is from game director Chantel Ryan. Is a psychological horror RPG meets narrative roguelike. And though it might look like deeply harrowing exploration of the endless secrets and mysteries of the deepest parts of the World Wide Web, it's also a deeply incisive comment on society, social media, and all the wicked things that go bump in our hearts. And once again, I gotta tell you, it's a fascinating concept. I want to see more. And we'll probably be hearing more about it maybe later this year, maybe in 2026. That leads us to Ill. This was a game, guys, that was not very high on my, I didn't really hear much about it. I saw an initial trailer. I was like, okay, this looks interesting. And they've consistently, that being Team Cloud, have given us information about Ill. And the more I'm hearing about, the more I'm interested in it. This is coming to us, like I said, from Team Cloud. And it also sounds like they are going to be working with Munfish, the folks who work on Atomic Heart, The Cube, and they're using Munfish Powerhouse, which I believe is the game engine, to finish up Ill. One of the things I'm really fascinated about Ill is the people who are working on this are guys and girls who have worked on movies like VHS, Welcome to Derry, It. They've worked on a number of movies, and now they're trying this narrative-focused, very gory horror game, and I think it could be something really disturbing and very interesting. Once again, it's only coming to PC, at least right now, and we don't know when it's going to be coming out. Nowhere. This is a game, guys, coming to us from Midnight Forge on PC, and the way that the article describes it is Alan Wake 2 meets LA Noire. Guys, if it's like that, I'm sold. Let's go. Let's do this. A hardcore detective horror game. I love it. Look, it sounds like you're going to puzzle different investigations together. There's Nordic themes and settings. And once again, guys, it looks spooky from what we've seen so far. I'm excited about it. You're going to be going into a deserted village. So one from Midnight Forge to keep your eyes on is Nowhere. And then we get to, what can we say, guys? OD. OD, guys, coming to us from Kojima Productions. Hideo Kojima, one of the masterminds in all of gaming, one of the greatest game developers, game directors of all time. Coming off the heels of Death Stranding 2, which I believe will win Game of the Year, unless we got to wait till the end of the year to see what else comes out. But I think right now, Death Stranding 2 is more than likely going to win Game of the Year. Their next game after Death Stranding is OD. They talk about Overdose on Fear. And we've only had one teaser trailer. OD is going to be coming to Xbox Series X and PC. And Hideo Kojima is working with Jordan Peele, the guy or the filmmaker behind Get Out, Us, and Nope. And so very excited to see what happens here with OD. This will be absolutely fascinating, and I'm super excited about one of my most anticipated games. I should say horror games of the future, because obviously Hideo Kojima was going to do Silent Hills with Norman Reedus, and the split happened between Hideo Kojima and Konami, so we never got that game. This is going to be like his first full-blown horror game. He's going to really be testing the power of Xbox Cloud Gaming. So excited about this, guys. Keep your eyes open and ready to go with OD. Paranormal Tales. Think about a game like, or I should say a movie similar to that, like a Paranormal Activity. This is coming to us from the folks over at Digital Cyber Cherries. This game, we don't know when it's coming out, but it is a found footage title. Guys, it's a terrifying looking Unreal Engine 5 creation that lets us play various found footage files, encouraging us to explore further into the dark to discover what happened to those who were foolish enough to start hitting record. Guys, this has got Blair Witch, Paranormal Activity, all these different, found footage movies, even games. I'm really excited about this one. I can't wait to see and hear more. And then we get to Project M, which is coming to us from the folks over at Bloober Team. Once again, they worked on they're working on Chronos, Silent Hill 1 remake. This game, though, guys, Project M, sounds like it's a little bit different, but they're working in cooperation with the world's best creators for Nintendo platforms. So it's going to be a Nintendo horror game. That's going to be fascinating to me. I'm excited to see what Bloober Team decides to do here. We have no release date yet, though, is in sight for Project M. Reanimal. I am actually more excited for this than Little Nightmares 3. This has come to us from Tarsier Studios. They are the original Little Nightmares developer studio. They're creating Reanimal. It is another co-op title, guys, that looks absolutely unnerving. It looks terrifying. So many, just the people who are working on this game over at Tarsier Studios, they have a massive imagination when it comes to these types of games, and I love that we're getting more co-op horror games like this, like Little Nightmares, Reanimal, even games like Dying Light, The Beast. I'm so excited that we're getting more and more co-op horror titles. This one is still to be decided in terms of the release date. I would say it's probably either going to come out late 2025 or sometime in 2026. Silent Hill, guys, we got a couple of games coming up here from the Silent Hill universe. Obviously, Silent Hill F. The Silent Hill remake is coming out from Bloober Team. Very excited about this. Of course, coming off of Silent Hill 2's remake, which Bloober Team knocked out of the park. I think that this is going to be something, once again, to be and will be really special. Leads us to Townfall. Silent Hill Townfall, guys, is coming to us from No Code. This is an interesting one. As part of the bumper Silent Hill transmission stream, Silent Hill Townfall was announced as a brand new addition to the series. If you enjoyed the creeping delights of stories untold and observation, then you'll be pleased to know that Glasgow-based dev studio No Code is working on this fresh slice of the franchise. The trailer teasingly didn't give much away, with a man talking over shots of a small pocket television with discussions of punishment and judgment. It's a real honor for us to bring a new title to the series that both respects the source material, but also does something a little bit different with it. So I'm excited to see what No Code decides to do here. I just want to see more information. Hopefully we hear more about it next year. And then Tenebris Somnia. I know nothing about this game, guys. It's an upcoming survival horror game. Solving puzzles, you're fighting horrific monsters, blending the worlds of video game and cinema. I love the sounds of that. The developer cites old school Resident Evil and Silent Hill as stylistic inspirations. I want to see more. I'm very intrigued. When you bring up Resident Evil, you bring up Silent Hill, I'm definitely interested. Routine. Guys, I've talked a lot about Routine, and man, I gotta tell you, I've been wanting to see Routine for a long time. It got announced like over a decade ago, still hasn't come out. I have a feeling that we're seeing similar things happen to Routine that happened to Negative Atmosphere. I think that they're running out of funding or something of that nature. This is coming to us from Lunar Software. Obviously, a lot of people are really excited about it. It's apparently going to be coming to Xbox Game Pass day one. Please give us an update, Lunar, on Routine this year or next year. This is definitely a game I am incredibly excited about. It looks awesome. And then we got, last but not least, Terror Endless Night. This is coming to us from Unseen Silence. This is a strategic survival stress fest. You manage a crew aboard a 19th century ship hunting down the missing HMS Erebus and HMS Terror. As we too become trapped in the grip of the ice, we'll have to contend with sickness, fuel, starvation, and choose between life and death for the crew. Sounds pretty interesting. I love that it's like a strategic horror game. Keep your eyes open for that one, guys. Unseen Silence. It has not been, the release date is obviously to be decided at this point in time. But there you have it, guys. A number of games that have been unreleased or games that are still on the schedule to get released at some point, whether it's in 2025 or beyond. What are the games that you're looking forward to most within the horror realm of games coming out in the future? Let us know what you think in the comment section down below, and let us know your thoughts.